You have to do the clap.
And there's something about how I do it that's like take a wide berth on it that time.
Oh my goodness.
I don't really have shoulders, that's part of it.
What do you mean? Everybody has shoulders.
Well,
Maybe there's somebody out there.
I don't mean that I literally don't.
That's why, I don't really have shoulders, so it's kind of tough for me.
Start the episode. Hi, I'm the lady. I don't have shoulders.
Hello, and welcome to On the Lamb podcast, or welcome back to On the Lamb podcast. I'm Timu.
I'm the lady.
And we've actually been giggling for about 20 to 30 minutes.
You didn't even give me a warning that you were starting again, so I didn't really compose myself.
I had to just do it, or else it was going to be messy again. We've tried to start a few times. Not going well. Or it's going very well. It's going so well, in fact, that you'll never see it. What you wearing?
I'm wearing the shawl that I just finished last night
Which I'm going to say, marathon crochet. What the actual, what else have you done? Do you sleep or you just crochet all day long?
No, I just stopped feeding my kids.
You knit 1,000 yards or crocheted 1,000 yards in a week.
Don't say that out loud. No, it was
in this forum, if we were talking to Jason, it would be don't say that out loud. In this forum, that's an accomplishment. There should be a badge on your shirt. I crocheted 1,000 yards in a week.
I had to actually, and not so much with my boys, but with Ada, I was like, I have set a goal for myself. So I'm going to be working on this very intensely. And actually, so no one is going to get to see the conversation we had before, but I'm menstrual right now. And so over the few days that I was working on this, I was premenstrual. So it worked well together. They didn't want to be around me anyway. And when Ada did, I was like, okay, I have a goal for myself of having this done before we go to Auntie's house on the weekend. So I need a couple days to just really work on this very intensely. And then, I can hang out with you, but I'm going to bring this with me and work on it at the same time. Yeah. And meals were easy. I don't know. I did a lot of cooking last week. So we had a lot of leftover stuff to scrape together. We had chicken soup and chicken wraps and using the same ingredients. And then spaghetti that lasted us several days. So it worked out okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. And then yesterday I had to intensely play Lego afterwards. Yeah. After this was totally done. Ada helped me block it. So there was still bonding time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. This was a very intense crocheting this, and my hand was like a chicken claw for a couple days after, or I guess a day after. Yeah. 1,000 yards.
1,000 yards in a week.
Crazy.
And it's not that's the only thing you worked on. You worked a little bit on other stuff too.
Okay, so actually I guess technically it was 2 weeks.
You had only, at the last podcast, I think all you really had was the beginning triangle. So
right. So I had
the whole cake was 1,050 yards. And I know for sure that little triangle only takes 20 grams, which is, I don't know how many yards.
And
so
I had
it was pretty much 1,000 yards in a week.
Right.
That's an accomplishment.
It is an accomplishment. Yeah. It won't happen again for a very long time. I just had a specific goal with this one.
Yeah. Well, I asked you yesterday, are you all crocheted out? Because I may or may not have another pattern on the hook that I was like, ooh, we could use another ink flower, wave gradient cake for this. And I was like, oh, I should order. And I actually, I started drafting a message to Cindy, and then I was like, no, I'll pause for a second. I'll stop and think about it for a minute longer. And then I was talking to you and was like, y'all crocheted out? And you're like, yeah, I think I'm good for a while. I was like, damn it.
No, I don't think so, because I'm like have a goal to like finish the abalone, but I can't stop thinking about the keyed up shawl. Like I want to get that one going again. No, I'm
But
good.
that's what I'm saying is like I don't like you already have another one to finish, and then like I don't know, I don't want to like overload you and pile on another one.
I won't do it the same. I won't be a week and done.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, because I'm also, when I set myself a goal, then it's really hard not to accomplish it. Yeah, I am embarrassed that I did that in a week. My house is really gross. I need to clean up today. Like the only thing that got cleaned by me this past week was my kitchen. That was it. There's like Play-Doh crusted on the floor. There's like just one like Play-Doh spot on the floor. Anyway, yeah, it's beautiful. No, I would definitely do it again. Because the pink, I like pink, but pink's not my favorite color. I like it as like a little add in here and there, but yeah, I would love to do this again with different colors. So yes.
Oh, I wasn't thinking order another cake for that. I was ordering another cake for something else. I
know. I want to see that work up again.
Oh, you want to see that kind of, yeah. Yeah, what I like with that one is that because of the way you ended up using the cake, what's by your face is black and white. So like even if you weren't really, like if you're like, I like pink, but I don't really like pink on me, it doesn't even look like pink on you. Because when I look at your face, what I see is black and white and then the pink's down.
It's not the what's on me, it's what I'm staring at when I'm working at it.
Yeah.
And this isn't mine anyway. It's yours.
It's true. True story.
Can I show this more closely just to like, or can you get like the good wave effect?
Sorry? You have, I mean, because it's kind of stacked up on itself, it's hard to see all of it. You'd have to just hold it out and then you really can
see. It's mainly the cake. I mean, I love the wave of your stitch pattern too, but it's like, oh,
no, that is friggin' gorgeous. Like I just want every single kind of color I can think of in a wave gradient now. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because it's like the effect of self-striping.
Yeah.
Like a shawl ball type thing.
Awesome.
But yeah, like no effort for me.
No.
I get that it's a lot of effort for Cindy, but I'm like, it's no effort to like, and that's what I love about like self-striping or self-patterning yarns is like you can get all the fun of what?
Oh, everyone's home downstairs today. I can hear Clark is upset about something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like you can get all the fun of like a cool colored pattern, color worky kind of piece, but without actually having to stop and join in another color and think about and curate and all those things. You just get started.
Yeah. And cool. It's like, yeah, she is amazing.
Yeah.
It is a talent. Like, oh my goodness.
Like she blows my mind. Like every time she comes out with something new, I'm just like, I'm so impressed and I need one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I have another pattern that I'm working on. I just have to figure out if it's going to be the proportions that I want. Sometimes I enjoy making things, but then when they're done, I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I don't know how to wear that weird shape, which that one has like a little bit of a weird shape, but when I put mine on anyways, mine's a little bit smaller. So I feel like that's the only like challenge that I'm having with mine. Yeah. Anyways, well, I'll talk more about it when I actually like have the pattern out and like break down the shape and why I think it works, but is also like a little bit confusing when you first look at it. But anyways, I am wearing my Rebel Just for Kicks shawl.
Oh, pretty.
By Flock on the Plain, Gina from Flock on the Plain. She's a UK yarn shop owner and yarn dyer and now pattern designer. So this pattern just got released. I did share it on my Instagram while she had it on sale. We have more yarn coming to make another one. And I can't wait. So I chose to omit the fringe. But now having it on, I feel like I understand why the fringe, because it is like a very long, narrow triangle. So I feel like with fringe, then you get that like full coverage effect. I still don't think I'll add fringe to this one because I just like how like light and pretty this one is, but I will add the fringe on the next one because she's doing the dip dyed fringe, which is how she designed the pattern. And this yarn is Tanis Fiber Arts Pure Wash DK in the Luna colorway.
Can you hold it all up again?
Yeah. I also think I didn't do the best blocking job. I probably should have used the wires, and I totally didn't. So I may reblock it just to kind of see if I can get a little bit more width down here.
Yeah, because I feel like hers in her picture was like monstrous. It was so
But
big.
again, I think the fringe is deceiving a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like it draws your eye out wider.
Right.
Where the actual shawl, like I don't know if I don't think I even measured, so I don't know if I actually got quite to her measurements. But again, like there's still quite a bit of give
Yeah.
width-wise down here. So I feel like with the wires, then I can like get the whole length, really pull it and see if I can get more out of it. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
beautiful. I love that.
DK, like because of the garter and how much like stretch you get out of it, like it doesn't feel heavy. Like it's not thick and heavy like some things can be. Like it's still quite light. So I like that about it.
Cool.
And this colorway is so pretty.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I can't really get the full effect. I will have to get it.
Yeah, it's really tough. I have to get you to take like better pictures this weekend because it's hard to capture. Like it is, there's like elements of it that are like bright but also pastel-y, and I'm like, I don't know how you get a pastel neon purple, but I feel like it's in there somewhere. I don't know
how they did that.
It's very like, it's a contradictory thing to say, but if you can capture the true color, then you're like, oh, that's a pastel neon purple.
Yeah.
All right, what next? Faux? Any other faux?
This is it, obviously. Obviously, this is it. Yeah.
This is mine. So this was.
So yours is not a wave?
No. So this is she has mini cakes. Oh, I got an itchy spot. She has mini skeins of this. She calls them like snowflake heather. So it's like mostly white with just a touch of color. So it's melon, snowflake heather, and then just her traditional gradient in the gray day colorway. Okay.
Still lovely though, like how that.
Yeah. Right in here is like my favorite of her grays, this like taupey kind of one. Oh, I love it. It's like so like warm, but still gray and neutral, but not boring. And I like too that at the bottom, the black is not a solid black when you look at it up close. So I feel like it just gives it softens it slightly, and yeah, really pretty.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with it.
Cool. Just you already have your thing on, never mind.
Why, you want me to put it on?
Yeah, I do. I just want to see what it looks like. I kind of like
playing around with it today. I think for mine, I need like a clip or a pin or something to hold it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I cannot wait till the 15th. My hair needs a cut. It's driving banana sandwich. Like every time I try to put something on, I'm like, my hand is caught in my hair. Like I can't get it around. Ugh. Okay. How did I do this before? Put this over here. And I put this under here. And then I kind of like lift it forward. And this, I find, I don't know if it's like different colors or maybe a little thicker or thinner, or if...
I noticed something too, yeah.
Or if it's just like different batches, but I feel like they were all used, I used the same hook for the whole project, but I feel like this section is like very loose compared to the rest of it. So
yeah, I found that as I went through my gray, like this darkest color was a bit more loose. Like you can really see, a bit more like light through.
Yeah.
Than on some like the pink ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's just like, if it's like something about how they make a certain color, or if it's just like that batch of that color. Like if the next batch, it would be different again. But anyways, so it's kind of asymmetrical. Like it is asymmetrical, but I feel like when I wrap it around, the way I would wear it is like to make it look symmetrical, have that seam down the middle, and then sweep that one side, the longer side, around. And then I feel like I just need like a little something right there to hold it.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Really hard to do this with camera and not standing up, but
yeah, pinning it isn't a bad thing, because like you said with a shawl, sometimes it opens up anyway, right? This way you can like in the mirror, you like choose, this is how it's going to stay for today, pin it, keep it there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, black on black.
That looks really pretty too, like the smaller size. I like that.
Yeah.
When I saw, because it's like almost, I don't know if you mind me saying, but it's like, it almost seems like it's like going to be a diamond-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, how are you going to wear that? But yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
like this or like that.
Well, and like, because yours is wider than mine would be,
It's
obviously.
easier to just, yeah.
You can like tie it around a little bit more. I probably could tie it, but I feel like the knot would be a bit chunky for my liking. If I can feel that knot behind my neck, that makes me a little loopy by the end of the day, or within like an hour, I'm like fiddling with it a lot. So I feel like this would be good. And then I could use one of my little jewel fasteners right here, or a little like, one of those like kilt pin type safety pin things right here. And then you have this little like glint of silver, and yeah.
Okay, we need to move on. We need to move on. I feel like.
No, we want to talk about this shawl for another minutes. Well, that was moving on. That was my FO.
Right.
Anyway, so the pattern is what? Partially typed? All the way typed?
Yes, I forgot that I need to finish it. No, it's just need to type the stripe 2 section.
Okay, so I need to finish typing it, finesse it, pictures, done.
Yeah.
And then it'll be yours. You said no other FOs. Okay, well, what other whips now? Now that you're done that, what are you working on?
One whip.
One whip. Monogamy all the way.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I feel like it's so funny because before you create like the shoulder, it's just like so much fabric. Yeah. I'm like, this thing is huge and it's ridiculous. And then I put it together and I was like, oh, it's tiny.
Yeah. Have you tried it on?
Yeah, I did. It fits just fine. You want me to put it on?
Like it fits how you want it to, kind of like the length minus the border?
No, it was shorter, but I think it's funny because, I think it's like, I think it's how I kind of initially envisioned it, but It's not what I thought it was. Like once I started working it, I thought, oh, it's going to be much longer, but I think either way would be fine. And it's neat, like how much yarn I have left, because I'll definitely get to have goods. Like I've got one whole skein that I haven't started yet.
I was just thinking, I'm like, you pushed your arm through too hard.
No, I'm good. It's such a weird spot where you like, yeah, it's going to be awkward now because I picked up to do the edging. So it's not going to show. I tried it on this morning before I edged it.
Yeah, you get the idea though.
Like quite a bit longer.
You're doing the edge first, not the sleeves?
Not the sleeves. Okay. Why?
For mine, like you can do it however you want, but I did the sleeves first to make sure I had yarn to do as much sleeve as I wanted to.
Yeah, I sort of thought about it, but
I mean, you could always it depends what's most important. If the most important thing is to get the sleeve length you want, I would start with the sleeves. But if the most important thing is to like get the edging depth you want, then you can make sure you use all the rest of your yarn.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, that the rest will be for the sleeves. Because I mean, like, even if I had shorter sleeves, I think what bothers me the most when I look at the sleeves and the pattern is the garter.
Yeah, it's not a sleeve, it's just the edging around.
No, I know. So even if I had only that, I realized if I only had like a little cap sleeve. Yeah. But I just did something different, like stockinette and then some other way of finishing it. I'd prefer that.
You might want your edging though to match, right? That's what I would think. Is like whatever you do on the edging around here should kind of match, like most cardigans, right? If it's ribbed, it's ribbed. If it's garter, it's
I'll have to look at some pictures because I really don't like that thick stripe of garter.
Yeah. But then around here, like, if you're going to switch here, I would switch here too. Like do a rib here and then here as well or something like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't think I mind that it's garter. I just don't want it as wide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was trying to say.
I thought you were saying not garter at all. And I was like,
no. I'm going to do garter. I don't want to have...
just not 4 inches of garter on both parts.
Somebody needs to help me get out of this thing so I don't destroy it.
Like, do a little shimmy.
Yeah. We're good. I thought I had messed up big time last night because you Kitchener the shoulders.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the first side that I was doing, I made a mistake somehow, and then I was like trying to fix it but making it worse first, and I was like, I just need to like not look at it again. And then I was like, okay, I'll just leave that first half, and I'm gonna do the other side. And then at the other side, I didn't have a mistake, but I just like had a small tail left, and I didn't have enough to finish off the Kitchener. So I knew I had to like shoelace strap the corset, the starting of it. So I was like, I'm just putting this down and going to bed. Because it was last night. I was like, it's too late. I'm gonna make this a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, fixed it this morning with fresh eyes, and it was just fine. Oh, okay. And you have my only yarnquisition for the week?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
and I'm done talking now.
Whips. Okay, so one whip, I don't want to show like all the detail, but I have more progress done on my, I think it's called Garçon cardigan by Soline Knits, a test knit for her that I'm going to, at some point when I get around to editing the picture, I'm going to replace it in my Make 9. So I'm like more than halfway done the body. I think I have to go 80 rows. I think I'm about 50 or 60 rows in. Oh yeah, I'm just over 60 as of this morning. So making some progress.
Cool.
So yes, this is Crooked Kitchen yarn.
Oh, I was like, why aren't you showing more of it? But it's because
it's a test knit, and I don't know like how much detail I should really show because there is like a color work band. And I think so last time on the podcast I was just at the rib, and so since then I did like I finished the rib, I did the color work band, which is I don't know however many rows it is, maybe 20 rows, and then about 60 rows of the body ish. Yeah, so I'm making pretty good progress.
What's the colorway of the Crooked Kitchen yarn?
So this colorway is it's called Dark Star, but it's one of a kind. So I think she has like a Dark Star now that's like part of her regular colorways, but I think this was like when she first started dyeing it, the experimental ones. So
the current Dark Star looks different.
I think it's a little bit different. I think maybe there's not so many different colors in the speckles or something like that, but I'm not totally sure. So you can see it's just very tonal gray, like a very tonal gray with a lot of specks of different colors. But I kind of like it. Like I was worried that the specks were going to stand out too much, and then I was going to be like, oh, I'm not sure. But I feel like, from the distance that most people would talk to me, it will look just kind of like a speckly gray. It's not going to be, you're not going to see like the yellow really pop out or whatever. I feel like teal is like one of the more prominent colors. And then my contrast color is that hedgehog. I think it was called Electric. Yeah, hedgehog electric, and both DK weight. So it's going to be a very nice cardigan. My first cardigan, I think. Oh, well, besides abalone. And first button cardigan.
First color work
cardigan. Very excited. And then what else am I working on? So if you watched any previous ones, when I was starting that shawl design, I had started it with this Free of Fibers gradient cake, which you can't really tell that it's a gradient anymore because I frogged a whole lot of work and rewound it. So initially I had started that pattern as a diamond and then started like doing the V's down here. So I've decided to keep the diamond part. I frogged out all the rest of what I did, and then I'm doing something else. So.
Okay. Sort of like the spear, like what you had in something else before. When I first started Stitch with Grit, I started it as a diamond. Then I started doing the V's. Then when I you had another black crochet project that was like a spearhead.
That's still kind of, but it's a triangle. It's like this, and then like a really long triangle.
Okay.
So that's the other one that I was thinking for a wave gradient.
Oh, okay.
I just have to figure out like what the dimensions are going to be, or how. Like I don't know. I'm playing around with it. There's a couple. Once I get to a certain point in the gradient cake that I'm working with, then I'm going to add a design element, and I think that will help me to see it in a different way. But for now, it's like a little bit of an awkward. Like I'm enjoying working it, but it's an awkward shape that I'm like. I don't know if there's anything that you can do with it, besides just like make it and then be like, and it's done. Like, that's what I mean about awkward shapes. Then I'm like, I don't know if that's wearable. That's really my only whips. Like, I have my purse socks, but I put like a few rows on them at coffee on Friday, and they're not really any more exciting than they were before. My Molly Weasley ones. And then I have your yarn acquisition, but it's all wrapped up.
Oh.
Do you want me to open it? Do you want to see it?
No, I'll show it next week then.
Okay. And then I have my own yarn acquisitions. First off, how cute is this bag?
That's very cute.
I don't know if my address is on there. Not that I think people are going to show up at my house.
Right.
Like, hey, you want a knit? I'd be like, all right, go ahead. I just like, this thrills me. Like, it's like that much more exciting getting yarn mail when it comes in like really cute packages. Anyways, like,
yeah, where's the fun?
Looking at it. So cute. Anyways, so I told you about this. This is the Wool Baron. She's Canadian.
The 20, yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe from Calgary. It's called Ugly Sweater Party.
Right.
And I don't know how many stripes it is. I think I said 20, but I might have been exaggerating slightly. It's a lot of self-striping madness. And it's like, again, like colors that like you probably wouldn't really put next to each other, but somehow when you see all of them being crazy together, it like totally works.
Yeah.
So I got 2 skeins because I think I told you my saga of like trying to track them down and kept missing her pre-orders and stuff. So I pre-ordered this a while ago, like around Christmas time-ish. It just came this week. Yeah, my goal is to at least make some sort of like double wrappy cowl type thing. So I'm going to knit it like a continuous sock tube, like a tube sock that never ends, and then join the ends and do that. And then hopefully there'll be enough left over for some kind of sock situation, but we'll see. The priority is something up here because I'm like, called Ugly Sweater Party. It needs to be garment-ish. Oh
gosh. Wouldn't it be fun as like the sleeves of a sweater?
Actually, there's a pattern like that. It's handmade and it's a little hand.
Yeah, it's cute.
There is a pattern like that. What did she call it? Sock something. I'm gonna look for it because it's gonna bug me. And a yarn dyer made kits for it. So it's like self-striping yarn for the sleeves, and then like a whatever matching coordinating.
Yeah, whatever yarn for the body.
Sock arms. That's what it's called. Sock arm sweater. And Telebeans. I was trying to remember who the designer was.
I think you should do that.
That would be actually really cute.
Yes.
Try to find a good picture of the pattern. Oh my goodness. Look at this version. Holy crow. That is so cute. That's not what the original like. So
crazy blowing out.
Too much? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. The original was like that.
Okay.
So the colorway options for the kits that you could get from, oh, that's cute. She explains them. There you go. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
So she has a good guys kit. So all the colorways are the good guys from, I feel like it just.
It almost just showed it really well. Oh, there you go.
Like I have to like put my hand like halfway over the screen. But
that's cute.
So that's like the good guy colorways. And then I'm assuming the next picture is the bad guy colorways. Let's see if I can do it again.
I don't know. I'm trying to move to see it differently. Nice. Okay. I like the bad guys better, I think.
I like the bad guys better too. And I was like, I want to like the good guys, but I don't think I like it as much. So I think there were like 3 kits. There was like maybe 4 kits. So it was like the good guy arms with the red body, or the bad guy arms with like a blue body. So it like coordinated kind of colors. and then you could get like a good guy arm and a bad guy arm with like whatever, I think like a neutral body, and then you might have been able to get the sleeve colors and a neutral or like a more neutral body, either way. And then telebeans on her, or telebeans, something like that. We'll put it on the screen. Had pictures of like her, and I'm assuming her daughter, like wearing like matching or like the opposite sweaters and then like pretending to fight and stuff. It was really cute. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that would be cute. I don't know what I would use for the body though.
Oh my gosh, like a grayish. I've already been picturing it.
Yeah.
Something like kind of lighter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think you need to do that. I think you need to consider that before you cast on for the tube.
It would almost be cute to do like a sweater with like the sleeves stripy and then maybe like a cowl or like a turtlenecky, like a stripy.
Yeah, you could do that too.
War at the neck too. Ideas. Anyways, we'll see.
Because this is the year of the sweater.
The only thing I find it, yeah, it is. The only thing I find is that because I got the 75-25, it's not very plump. Like it's a pretty fine fingering, and I'm like,
that would be a fun project for you.
Forever. Like literally, I would have 2 sleeves, and that's it. Like I would knit the sleeves tandem, and they would never go beyond that.
If you finish the Tunisian sweater and give it to me, then I would knit the body for you.
We'll see. Only because like even just knitting the tube part, I feel like it was like gonna take me a long time. Like I wasn't planning to be done like that as like a tubey thing. It was gonna be like a purse project because it requires like no thought or pattern whatsoever.
Right.
Anyways, and then I have one more delivery. Actually, I have 2 more deliveries. One's kind of ridiculous. Pause again for crinkling.
I don't get the pause. I get the full crinkle effect.
So I could not resist this. Oh my gosh.
That's kind of cute.
Brown and white is like so not my colors, but it's my first ever junk yarn. Her shop reopened, and so I had to peruse. It's Rey from the new Star Wars. The new Star Wars is. I guess she was in 2, right?
It's bad that I have no idea who you're talking about. The girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Get it. Watch TV, woman. I know. You don't have cable, and that makes it even harder when I'm like, did you see the new preview? You're like, no. Did you see a commercial for this?
I did watch that one too, but I didn't hold on to anyone's names, any of the new people's names.
She's like the most main character.
I don't know. I can't even think of the son's name. The bad guy.
Kylo Ren?
Sure. Or the dark-skinned fella. There's like a lot of characters. I have no idea who.
Finn?
Sure. And we've read a book. The funniest thing too is we've read a book. We borrowed a book from the library with like the new characters.
It just depends what you. Steve's a big Star Wars fan. Actually, it was really funny.
I like them too, but I don't know what it is I like about them. Like, I guess I just like the old characters and like the old technology and stuff. The new ones, I'm like, it's not the same.
There was like the in-between new series that was like the back ones. Those ones I didn't really enjoy hardly at all. Like there wasn't really anything about that like drew me in. But these ones, the like carrying the story forward, that's actually like drawing me in more. But my husband's a big Star Wars fan. And my brother-in-law, on the other side, is a very big Star Wars fan.
You should point it the other way, because you just pointed to my side.
Dang it, other side. That's Steve's sister's husband is a very big Star Wars fan. So after we saw the movie, and then we were all together after New Year's or whatever at Steve's aunt's house, Jay and I got into like a very long, not heated, but just like intense conversation about a couple of the characters in the newer version and like what their real intentions are and like because he was like very much on the like it's not that bad, and I was like, it is that bad. Like it was really funny, and it was funny because like he's only had these conversations with other Star Wars fans. So they're kind of thinking about it from the perspective of like the Star Wars world. And I'm like, no, like you need to think about it from like a psychological standpoint, like a sociological standpoint of like, this is not how people treat each other when they're trying to be supportive and like, la la la. Like, there are layers to this like situation and the relationships and the dynamics and the intention and the influence. It was really funny. Anyway,
right? That's kind
like,
of
and at the end, he was just like, that's like one of the better conversations I've had about Star Wars, because like if you only talk to people who are like really intense fans, they see it in a certain way, right? Like you have your people that you root for and you have your people that you don't like and where you want the story to go. I have zero investment in where the story goes next. And I'm like, all I can see when I watch any kind of movie, mostly is like the human dynamic factor of it, like how what their relationships are and how those play out into the storyline. So, and that's why I kind of like this new series. So I feel like they've done some like interesting character development and like taken it in some ways that I like would never have predicted, because I just don't think about it that hard. Anyways, so I'm very excited for this. I don't know what it'll be, but
when I looked at it, my tongue, I'm like tired today. I can't, I'm barely here. It's a good thing I don't have a lot to talk about. It read like a bird to me, and not in a bad way.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like brown's not my color, but I feel like there's like enough other stuff going on in there that, yeah, I could see a bird.
Yeah,
a little like finch or a sparrow. I don't really know a lot about birds. Anyways, I feel like there was something else. Oh yeah, and then I had two things I wanted to talk about that were like random from something I was watching this morning.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so the first time I ever saw this, I was like trying to look up a long time ago. I was trying to look up
I feel like I should know what that is, but
like circular knitting machines, but not like an actual circular knitting machine, like the Addy ones that are like,
yeah,
you know, the step down version, right? So I was like, you know, Googling and searching Amazon and like looking and trying to like compare prices and see if this was something I could ever get. Cause like it's something I've always been curious about and I really would like to try one out. Someday I would like an actual circular knitting machine, but that's like a much bigger investment, $200 versus like $1,500. Anyway, somehow in that process, I saw this. So it's like those plastic circular knitting machines, but it's only like, I think 4 posts. So it's for making like an I-cord type thing. So like you can like fold up your I-cord and make like little frog buttons. You could do anything with it. So you can like take a skein of yarn, crank it into like a tube, like basically like an I-cord. And then you could like knit with it like it's a chunky yarn. You can add it to like embellishment.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's called embellishment. I add it as embellishment to other things. Anyways, so I saw it on like Amazon or something. It was like, oh, I should grab that. And then I was like, no, maybe I don't really need that. What am I going to use it for? La, la, la. And then friggin' Instagram ads, I got sucked in. It's so terrible. And the worst part was that last week I was thinking to myself, that's never going to come. I impulse ordered this stupid thing off Instagram ads and it's just never going to arrive. And then yesterday I was on a video meeting with someone else and knock at the door and I was like, it's my thing. It's so random. Anyways, I'm excited to try it out. Partially why I wanted it is because I kind of want to use like old random yarn that I know I'm not going to use for anything else to like play with it and then maybe make like a little basket or something like that. I'm like, this could be like a more interesting way to do that, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyways, we'll see what happens.
Cool. So that was an ad really on Instagram for you? I just get like those weird tight butt pants and stuff.
If you, okay, here's what happens. At the beginning, when they first started doing the Instagram ads, I got ads for all sorts of random stuff that I'm like, I have no idea why they're showing me this. And if you click I think it's like the triple dots up at the top corner, it will come up with like options. So you can like report the ad if it's inappropriate, but you can also click hide the ad.
Oh, okay.
You click hide, and then it'll ask you why. And I just say it's not relevant because I assume that means it's not relevant to me.
Right.
It won't show you ads like that anymore.
Okay, good.
Now the kind of ads that I get a little bit of fitness, like athletic wear. I get knitting or yarning related and anything crafty. So it'll be like stickers and like gel pens from Japan and like weird things like that. And sometimes I get like other weird, like I'll get Kickstarter ones because I have a Kickstarter account and they've probably seen me click through one of them. Like it's like if you click through one of them one time, then you're going to get 50 of something related. So, and like Society 6, I get a lot of those ones because I have ordered from there before. Ooh, I was looking at something on Society 6 last night that I was like, oh, I want one. A really cute like knitting mug. I was like, oh, anyways. Oh, I was like, there was something else I was going to look for. And I'm like, right, no, it's written in my notebook. Okay, 2 things. So I was listening to or watching Christy Glass Knits interviewing Tin Can Knits.
I want to watch that.
World Knitting Live.
Okay.
There were 2 takeaways from it. Number 1, we need to calculate how many yards per hour we can knit. There's just some part where she's like, I don't know what they were talking about. Oh, they were talking about the style in which Alexa knits. I don't know. The style in which one of them knits is like not an actual style of knitting. It's just the way she figured it out and it works for her. But it's funny. So they were saying like, because you knit in this awkward style, do you knit as fast? And it's like now she knits fast because she knits all the time. And she's calculated it that she can knit, I don't know, whatever she said, say 25 yards per hour. And I'm like, yeah, that's like a neat way to do it. Because I think at one point I tried to calculate how many like stitches per X amount of time I could knit, but it would depend on your stitch pattern. So I'm like, yards per hour makes so much more sense. Anyways, I would like to calculate this just for fun.
Go for it. For me, it depends on the day.
Pardon?
Some days, like I just can't get my speed up faster.
Yeah.
Some days I can't slow down. Like it's so bizarre.
Yeah, me too.
How my claws want to work that day.
Sometimes it's like fatigue and then sometimes it's like mental. I don't know. Like it's like physically I feel fine, but I just can't push it. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not talking about like brain fatigue. Like those days I get it and I'd rather go slow anyway, but it's like sometimes I'm like, I feel fresh. I'm like, let's do this project. And I'm like I just can't go faster than that.
Well, physically, it's like I can feel when my muscles are tense. And so I'm like, okay, it makes sense that my movement is not as free or my joints are sore. So it's like I just can't, my hands don't want to work as fast because they're tired. That I get. It's when mentally I'm like, I want to knit, but for some reason I'm like bogged down by other things, And then, then they were talking about their Heart on My Sleeve project. I don't know if you've heard of this or if other people have heard of this. So Tin Can Knits did or like sort of led this collaboration between them and a bunch of other designers to create a knitting book that is for sale, like a pattern book that is for sale on Ravelry. And the proceeds, or like majority of the proceeds, I think there's a website for it called that's heartonmysleeveknits.com. Because I think in the podcast she just said heartonmysleeve.com. That's not that. It's something else. It's like heartonmysleeveknits.com. And in it says, I think it's like it's like say $18 US for the book, $16.01 go to malaria research or malaria relief fund. Dang it, I had it memorized.
That's what you said before. Okay, tell me again the website and I'll go look.
heartonmysleeveknits, I believe, .com. Anyways, but what I didn't know, so I have looked at this book several times. At the time I wasn't doing any color work. Now that I am, I was a little bit more attracted to it, but I still, for whatever reason, hadn't actually bitten the bullet and bought it. Not that I have anything against like supporting the cause or whatever, I just hadn't. But then in the podcast episode, they mentioned that it's only available till the end of this month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were only doing it for a year. I'm not sure why, but they're only doing it for a year. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go and get this right now before it never is available again, I guess. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention it to make sure that other people know. Go get this. Go watch Christy Glass Knits and you can learn a bit more about it. Go to their website. Yeah. Like blowing it out. But what's it's like,
it's malaria.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember. I didn't want to say research because I'm not sure if it's research or if it's like medication or something. Anyways, there's
The
like
Against Malaria Foundation puts 100% of public donations toward the purchase of nets and tracks the entire process so you can see where your see where your money has gone.
so it's like malaria, like prevention, like helping people with like preventative things so that they don't contract malaria in the first place. Anyways, great cause. I always think knitting or yarning or using whatever skills you have for a good cause is an amazing thing. And that collaboration, like the patterns are beautiful by really like designers who you will know the names if you hang out on Ravelry or Instagram at all. And they had said too that they sort of led it in a way that
Shannon Cook, Romy Hill, I don't know who that is though, sorry. Bristol Ivy, Tanis Lavallee, I don't know how to say her name properly, but Tanis Fiberts, Hohi, Jane Richmond, who I'm like falling in love with,
Ysolda.
Thank you. You knew I was stuck on Ysolda.
Oh, you said yo. Oh, it's like, oh right. I think it's like Ysolda, something like that.
And the ladies from Tin Can Knit, so Alexa and Emily.
Yeah, and I think that she had said that they sort of like put this book together in the style of Tin Can Knits. So if you've seen their patterns at all, you know that. I mean, they're very well written, very I want to say like formulaic and written for many, many sizes. So on the cover of this ebook is a picture of Tanis in the pattern that she designed. I think it's called Crazy Heart, maybe. But it's like her and her husband and her kids like all wearing this sweater because
these are beautiful
patterns. Sizes. Yeah. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I don't know like what all I would actually make from the book, just time wise. I feel like it might be a bit of a commitment. I kind of want to make the Crazy Heart sweater just because I think it's really cute. But either way, there's lots of different kinds of patterns in there.
Look at that later. I'm just going to stare at all these patterns.
And support the cause. They've already raised, I was like amazed. And I didn't realize it was only out for a year. I honestly thought it had been around longer. In the not quite a year that it's been out, so I guess I'm assuming by the end of this month it'll be a whole year. They've raised $65,000.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, that's amazing. Like, that's like a huge, like to me, that's like such a massive number. Like, some people don't even make that in a year, and they've raised that just by selling a really well-written ebook. Anyways, that's really cool.
It's incredible.
Go and get it. That's why I wanted to mention it. Go and get it because it's gone at the end of the month. So get it before it's gone. Even if you're not going to make anything, just support the cause. Support the knitters. All right. I don't know.
Support the knitters. Support the people that.
Well, I'm saying like, because it's like it is still support for the community.
It is.
Right? Like if you like to me, like buying into it, obviously it's supporting that Against Malaria fund, but it's also supporting like it's to me it's like also showing those designers that like, hey, we want you to do more stuff like that. You know, that if you do it for a cause, we'll also support that too, you know. Yeah
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
It's lovely.
I think that's it.
I feel like I should be like, thank you for sharing that
with the world.
Wonderful. Like last week. We're bringing the community together. You don't remember now? It was you last week. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
Maybe.
We'll make more stuff.
Oh yeah.
Together.
Yeah. Like visual representations.
Yes. All right.
So one thing about buying yarn is like I can smell one of the skeins from here.
Can you really? Oh.
It's like I appreciate why scented soak and stuff like that exists. Like people want things that smell nice. Maybe they don't want it to smell like.
I don't. I want them to smell like I'd rather them smell like the sheep.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing. Is like I open up the package. Like there have been the odd time, not super often, but the odd time where like a skein actually like makes me cry. Like I'm like tearing trying to knit with it because it's so strong, the scent. Because I am totally like our house is 90% scent free. Like anything that is scented is either Steve's because I can't convince him to give up certain things, or it's like a natural-ish scent, like it's essential oil based or something like that rather than a more artificially created scent. So yeah, when artificial scents come into my house, it's like punch in the face. Like just smell it for days. So I have to figure out. I might have to leave the skein to air out for a while somewhere. If it was summer, I'd leave it outside, but
that won't work so much right now.
I'm frozen to the deck right now.
All right. I think that's it for us. Another short episode.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Should stop trying and then it will remain short.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I always feel like, yeah, think of something else to say. I'm like, no, you could actually just...
No, I just want to make sure we don't sign off and I'm like, oh, shoot, I missed saying that. But no, that's it.
Always next week.
There is next week. Okay. Well,
see you later.
Yarn on, people.
Yarn on.
Knit 100 or crochet 1,000 yards.
Tell us how many yards per hour you can knit or crochet or whatever you do.
Oh yeah, tell us that too. I was saying knit 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's your mission. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to knit or crochet 1,000 yards between now and the next podcast. Yeah. Everyone who does gets a badge.
Gets one of our dingle dops.
I don't know if I have enough of those in case people actually live up to that challenge. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.